All right. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Sorry, just doing some final preparations here. Skylark, Megan, welcome in chat. Good evening, everybody, here to Blue Devil Nation. We are getting ready for Bellarmine. I think is how you pronounce it. Bellarmine versus Duke. Duke looking to rebound from a rather upsetting loss, to be honest, against Michigan State on Tuesday. A home loss, although there was no crowd, so not the end of the world. Home losses usually feel like a funeral when you're on campus, but I guess there was nobody on campus, so if you do want to see the game, make sure to hop over to our Discord. The Discord link um, is in the description of the video. I've got it up, so jump into the private Discord server. You can watch the game there. This is on the ACC Network Extra, which is like this crazy, ACC package thing. I should be able to pull it up here in just a second. I'm waiting for it to go live, so hasn't gone live just yet. Trent Will 21. Hello, Sengage. Good evening to you as well. Yes, first time seeing Duke lose that early. That is actually true. Usually we are the winners of the Champions Classic, and I had it up there for a second. I don't know where it went. The last 2 years, having beaten Kentucky, and then who did we beat last year? We beat Kansas last year or Michigan State, one of the two last year. But yeah, we usually have a very, very good record in the Champions Classic, and so that loss was a little upsetting. And for some reason, it just does not want to load this ACC Network one. We'll get it going here in a second, um, and then I'll have up the live feed for you on the Discord. It does say live. I don't understand why this isn't working. Come on, open a new tab. Do work correctly, do something. All right, there we go. Matthew Hurt with 20 ITA TV. Jump into our Discord. I'm streaming it there on the Discord. It's a private Discord. But you can definitely you can sort of view my screen there if you would like. Um, and then sort of jump in. The YouTube chat is for us Duke fans to talk about the game, how it's going. I will be doing my commentary and sharing my thoughts and perhaps frustrations throughout the game. If we come to that, I do expect this to be a much better outcome than Tuesday night, given this is Bellarmine's first game of the season. So in that case, at least we have two games under our belt. Mark Williams, I have been told, is in the starting lineup tonight. Again, I expect there to be many, many different lineup combinations throughout the early parts of the season, especially as Coach K begins to rather experiments with the various lineups. We have not seen very much of Mark Williams in games 1 and 2. I think he maybe played a minute on Tuesday. He got a couple more minutes. I think he got 2 points in the game last week, and also Henry Coleman we haven't seen very much of, so I'm interested to see that as well. I thought the starters were actually going to be small ball, but that I guess the starting lineup has changed. So we're getting ready to start the event here in just start the game here in just a second. It is 4 o'clock on the West Coast, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. If you want to take a look and watch the game, jump into the Discord. I've got it playing there, and you can take a look, and you can actually sort of follow along the action as we go. Um, just waiting to get started, actually. And I think we've got the splash screen going. And there it is. So, yep, so the Bellarmine Knights are coming into Cameron Indoor Stadium against still our number 6 ranked Duke Blue Devils. As the little graphic there says, this is the first Division 1 game for Bellarmine. So congratulations, Bellarmine. You are now in Division 1 and you are playing Duke. And that's how your Division 1 career is going to start. So in any case, looking for a bit more production out of. So in game one, Jalen Johnson went off. DJ Stewart went off. They both had over 20 points. DJ Stewart there with 24 points and Jalen Johnson with 21. Granted, it was against Coppin State, so level of competition, yeah, not as good. We had a ton of turnovers. Against Michigan State, slightly different story. We actually did way better in the turnover game, but the defense for Michigan State just like I don't even, and it was kind of here with Eric as well. Like we did not quite understand what Duke was trying to do offensively. I mean, obviously we saw what Duke did, which is run a lot of isolation, try to run a high screen and roll, and a lot of times the guards would just discard the screen and then try to take the ball themselves, and you're like, well, what the heck is that they actually doing? Um, and it just like wasn't working. I mean, the caliber of defense for Michigan State much better. I expect this game to be a bit more free flowing, probably something in the 90s for the Blue Devils. Um, but I would like to see us A, take care of the ball better, and B, actually show some semblance of like a real offense. Some post play would be nice. If Mark Williams is in fact starting, that would be good to see how Mark does. When does it start? I believe there's about a 4 or 5 minute countdown right now um, to actual game start. So the start a little delayed here. Probably going to be a 4:05, 7:05 or 7:07 Eastern time. There's no sound in the Discord. I'm not sure if I can fix that. Uh, I don't know exactly how to fix that piece. Let's see, share screen. Nope, change windows. Screens. If I share just a window, maybe it might. Oh, audio sharing may not work on your Windows version. Okay, I'm going to need to update my Windows version. That's unfortunate. Okay, so there might not be any sound. I'm trying to think if there's a way. Oh, I know there's a way I can fix that actually. Uh, I could enable the desktop audio during the game. So, oh, it's okay. Sound's on. Oh, okay. So maybe I was sharing a screen, but since I shared just a window, or I'll also enable maybe the desktop audio. It'll just be a little lower there, so you can kind of follow. Um, so, are you hearing the sound on Discord, or are you hearing it through the stream? That's my question. Because if you're hearing it through the Discord, then I don't need to change anything. If you're hearing it through the YouTube stream, then that was a different button. Oh, you're hearing on Discord. Okay. So I will okay, so we're good. So I don't need to touch the Discord. Perfect. So yeah, if you need the game, jump into our Discord. The YouTube is a place for all of us to have the conversation, talk about the game as it's going on. And so for those of you who are new here, I'm Ritz. I'm been a Duke fan for, well, actually went to Duke twice. Started in '08, did undergrad, and then went back to grad school. Also managed the graduate student section while I was in business school. And so you'll see me and some of my fellow, uh, we call them sort of co-chairs of the basketball committee, come on stream from time to time, and we'll talk about the games. So uh, the Discord link is in the description of the video, and I can actually post that for you right here. So, invite link, I'll post it through, copied, I'll post it into chat, and we are underway. Uh, Hold on, I just got to log into the, there's my live. And it's actually an early 2-0 here for Duke. I'm trying to get you guys the Discord link, and then we'll actually pay attention to the game. I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to. There's the Discord link. And that hopefully that should do it. Yes, somebody had mentioned the other day that our team really didn't move the ball very well against Michigan State. I mean, credit to Michigan State, their defense was pretty good. They're a senior team. They have a ton of juniors. Matthew Hurt there with the turnaround jump shot. He's going to miss. He had 21 points the other night. Actually, sort of the lone bright spot for the Blue Devils, if you will, scoring there in the 20s. It's nice to see Matthew get his points, be a bit more assertive. So that was missing in his game last year. But now being, I suppose, one of the upperclassmen, even if he is just a sophomore, it's good man-to-man defense here for the Blue Devils. Good step in by Jordan Goldwire, and the Bellarmine Knights are going to step out of bounds. That was Justin Betts stepping out of bounds. It's a turnover here for Bellarmine in the early going, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils. So Discord there was posted in chat. It's also in the link of the video if you want to jump in. It should come through with sound. Please let me know if that is not the case. Anyway, Mark Williams is in the game, getting the starting nod today. There's the high screen, but Goldwire decides not to take it. And this is going to be Johnson going to get outside to Goldwire. Goldwire's going to go for an early three. A foul going to be called against Jalen Johnson, who did have some foul trouble on Tuesday night. Sat out most of the first half after picking up two early ones, actually. But I do like this drive and kick by Johnson because they're going to get him for an offensive foul there. I don't mind the aggressiveness, to be honest. I do think that we can get back to this sort of drive and kick game, especially if we start spreading the floor and our threes start going down. Our threes were pretty terrible on Tuesday, but I think at one point we were like 1 of 9, or like it was just bad. Bellarmine's going to maybe get an easy 2 here. Great defense actually by Williams. And the stream quality has kind of died on me there for a second, as Bellarmine's still going to get the ball to go. That's Dylan Penn there for Bellarmine. 2 points for the Knights, all knotted up here at 2. JW1X, thank you very much for the sub on the YouTube. As Jalen Johnson here, he's going to try to go up alley-oop, and he's going to put it over the hands of Williams. 7'5" wingspan, not enough. Rip. As that's an early turnover. Early turnover there for Duke. And why is my... Hold on. Settings. Yeah. The scoreboard's off. I don't know why it did that. Let me fix it. Actually, this is an easy fix. This is how we're going to do that. There you go. There's actually the official scoreboard. Yep. Computer's running a little slow there. Let's see, Pedro Bradshaw is going to go baseline, but it's not going to go as Duke and the Blue Devils and Goldwire actually comes down with that rebound. Wendell Moore trying to get it down low. Mark Williams commands a triple team, and DJ Stewart is going to take it up and in. Beautiful. Actually, great pass. Great awareness by Williams to know that he got triple teamed down low, and everybody just looks short comparatively because he's 7 foot. But great find there to DJ Stewart, and Stewart takes advantage. A wide open lane and a beautiful finish. Yeah. And then the turnaround there, Justin Betts can't get this one back outside to Bradshaw. Good deep man-to-man defense by Wendell. And Bradshaw jump stop here. He's kind of stuck there for a second. This should be a turnover. No, it's a 4-second violation. And Williams says, get out. Early block there by Williams, and the bench loves it. Finally, the length. Here's Williams commanding the double team. Here's the replay. DJ Stewart just going to come in there. Great aggressiveness off the dribble, breaking down the defender. Evan Longacre, yes, I live close to Bellarmine. It's cool to see them in their first game. Yes, for those just joining us, this is Bellarmine's first game in Division 1. Actually, it's actually their first game this season. It just so happens, like, congratulations, you're playing Duke. So, but welcome to Cameron, even though the Cameron Crazies are not here. Still a place that everybody loves to come to, and you get to say that you played in Cameron. So Duke now going to set up the offense off the missed Bellarmine shot. And this is going to go to Wendell here. In the paint right now, it's actually Jamin Brakefield. Careful, Hurt, don't travel. Jamin Brakefield is in. Williams has gone to the bench to take a break. And Wendell, with 7 seconds on the shot clock, is going to drive into the paint, and he will get fouled. Wendell Moore to the free throw line, I think. And we've hit a quick time. We've hit the under 16 media timeout. Yes, this should be a shooting foul. Thanks everybody for joining us once again this afternoon. If you're new to the channel, we do base most of the Duke games. I might have a scheduling conflict on Tuesday, which is the ACC Big Ten Challenge, but we'll see if we actually end up doing that. But I do plan on doing just about all the other games when possible. So if you're looking for a place to watch, we do have a Discord. The link is in the description of the video, you can watch with us there and follow along, follow the Blue Devils along. So. Uh, Oh, so you of so I'm gonna take that as Louisville. Yes, is cool because people who like the Cards in UK can both support a local school. Awesome, that's cool to see, for sure. Yes, I don't suspect there is much crossover in people that like both Louisville and Kentucky. So, although I do know that we have some Kentucky fans that do hang out with us from time to time here in chat, and I think last time we had a Louisville Cardinal fan as well. So um, yeah. So and again, if you need the game, check out the link there in the Discord. Just don't tell on me, and we will, and then hang out and chat with us here for sharing your thoughts here on our Blue Devils. A quick start, or here 4-2 in the early going. A bit of a change in the lineup as we saw Krzyzewski bring in Mark Williams for the first time here in Game 3. I do have to update my stats for y'all, and I'll get that here in just a second. This should be. I'll get the live stats feed and make sure we're all up to speed. You're in a different fan when there was a Kentucky fan. Well, we do respect fans from all different teams, but I do ask folks to keep it civil. So we do have folks in our Discord. I know we have, I think Jack here in chat. He's a KU fan. And we do have plenty of fans of good old just college basketball in general. So no matter what team you root for necessarily, you are definitely welcome as long as you keep it. As long as there's no foul play, for instance, or I will toss you out of the game, so to speak. Duke here, so DJ Stewart and Matthew Hurt are the two Blue Devils that have early points, and Jalen Johnson actually has 2 fouls. So again, early foul trouble for Johnson. As now the Blue Devils are going to inbound here. It's Goldwire and Jamin Brakefield tried to cut for it, but they're just going to reset this. So Jeremy Roach, DJ Stewart, Matthew Hurt, Brakefield, and Goldwire in for the Blue Devils. And this is Brakefield. He's thought about the 3, passed it up to Stewart. Stewart drives in on the right, and now Brakefield's going to go for 3, and Brakefield is going to hit 3. We saw him actually. He had a pretty good game against Michigan State. I think he had 11. Jalen Johnson also had 11, and Goldwire with 10 to go with Matthew Hurt's 21. So one of the 4 Blue Devils in double figures. I was actually rather impressed by Jamin. And I do think that he can definitely contribute if he gets the minutes off the bench. That's kind of the key for Brakefield. It's just, is he going to get the minutes? So let's go Pitt. There you go. Yeah, Pitt coached by former Duke assistant Jeff Capel. Much love for the former Duke assistant there, always part of the brotherhood and the family. And here's a turnover by Bellarmine. Jordan Goldwire is going to coast this one. I think maybe no. Goldwire is going to hit the deck. It's a shooting foul there for Goldwire. So shooting foul for Goldwire here, and the clock didn't stop, which is really weird because it should have. KU would have won the Natty last year. Well, that remains to be seen. As Goldwire at the free throw line. I don't know. I think Duke would have had as good a shot of anybody, especially with Trey Jones at the point guard. It would have been a fascinating matchup there with Trey and Trey, Vernon, Stanley, Duke and Kentucky. After Kentucky, Duke and Kansas rather. After Kansas did kick us out of the tournament, was it 2 years ago? That was what, Grayson Allen's final year. Yeah, sad times. As there. As Goldwire actually hits both free throws, so guys at the shooting line, and Bellarmine is going to call a timeout. So, oh, Gonzaga, we have an early Gonzaga there, and this is now this Jack's a Kentucky, Kansas. Why am I confusing Kansas and Kentucky? Jack's a Kansas fan, and so he's seen Gonzaga firsthand. So if he says that they're good, I trust it. So we have a quick timeout here as Bellarmine now finds itself down 7 in the early going. Still, Duke hasn't quite found an offensive rhythm. We're close, but still a bit of helter skelter ball there. But who's going with Gonzaga to the championship? I think maybe we can all agree not UNC. Yeah, so anyone but UNC. Dwayne Nab, if you go to our Discord, you can check out the the stream there. Actually, we have that up and running. So go to that. Go open our Discord link, and it is we got it going for the folks as Brakefield hits again. 3-point shot for Brakefield is good. He's got 2 here in the first half. Brakefield with 6 points so far. Nicely done by Jamin as he opens the lead now to double digits. And I should probably add some light as sun is setting here in Seattle. As Bellarmine just throws this one out of bounds. Turnover by the Knights, and Blue Devils back with possession. Yep. So if you need to catch the game, jump into the Discord. There's plenty of folks there already, actually, and so that's a good spot to grab the game and then join us in chat for the actual conversation. As Jeremy Roach tries for 3 from the right corner, and Roach is just going to come up slightly long. And rebound down to the Knights as Brakefield, decent defense, but he's going to get called for a block, actually. So Brakefield has 1. Not really upset about that. He might have been a little slow to move and get around that one. Bellarmine's going to get an opportunity here to inbound underneath Duke's basket. And still looking, almost close to it. That should be a 5-second violation, and it is. Good defense by the Blue Devils, and Brakefield, who is playing on the ball defense there, forcing the 5-second violation out of Alec Frem from Bellarmine. Turnovers now in favor of the Blue Devils. 5 Bellarmine turnovers, only 3 for Duke. Send the floor here for you. It's Henry Coleman is now in the game, along with Joey Baker, Roach, Stewart, and Brakefield. So a smaller lineup. Actually, Coach K decided to go with more shooting, and Coleman is effectively playing the 5 at the moment. I do want to see more minutes for Coleman. This is a tough shot by DJ Stewart, the mid-range jump shot. He hung in the air for what seemed like forever, but comes up short. So Timothy there, watching from Bessemer City, North Carolina. Love it. Welcome in, everybody, and welcome in all the folks from chat, all the Duke Blue Devils fans, all the college basketball fans. As Bellarmine, the turnaround jump shot, no good. Another rebound for Brakefield, who's been having himself a really nice here first 7 minutes of the game. And Brakefield going to go again! Brakefield hits the triple. Yes, buddy! Sensational. About a minute apart, Brakefield has hit 3 again. He's got 9 points on 3 of 3 3-point shooting. When we did the little breakdown on Jamin, that video is also on our channel. We did say that he has a versatile game. He's got inside shot, he's got outside shot. The lefty assassin from long range. Whew. The lefty assassin here, knocking it down. Love it. Quick replay here of Jamin's 3 threes. It's basically like in this left side of the court. Good looking stroke. Good looking result. And he is pumped up so far. Packer, I think that's Packer Nation. Thank you very much for the follow on the Twitch. Although I don't even know if I'm live on Twitch or not, so I don't even know where those follows come from. But anyway, yeah, Duke exceptionally young. Jack, we have 6 freshmen. 6 freshmen. And then you have Matthew Hurt is a sophomore, Joey Baker's a junior, and DJ Stewart almost comes up with a steal there. Yeah, it would have been great to use him against Michigan State, Roger. I sort of agree. Like, I feel like the Michigan State game got a little out of hand, especially when you find yourself down 15, and then we sort of like revert to like, okay, like who are these like 10 players? No, sorry, not 10, like 6 or 7 players that like coach seems to just like shrink the rotation the farther like away the game kind of got, and then so like folks like Brakefield, Coleman, and Williams didn't really get any minutes, um, which is unfortunate. Williams back into the game now, by the way, so it's Williams and Coleman who are going to load up in the paint, the two biggest players for Duke. Jeremy Roach trying to get this to DJ Stewart on the outside. Stewart's got 6 seconds. He hands it off to Baker. Baker's going to have to put up a really tough shot. That goes off the back iron and no good, although it looks like we will have a foul here. And I think that foul is going to go against Bellarmine. Or no, it's going to go against Joey. What? I actually don't know who that foul's against. Either way, I think Bellarmine's going to have the ball for the time being. I am streaming from Seattle at the moment, actually. So it is about 4:23 for me right now. It's an early one. I have to get off work a little early for this. But wouldn't miss a Duke game here. Is Goldwire, good defense on the outside. Bradshaw gets hung up, has to pass it outside to Betts, and now inside here is Wieland. And easy two. Finally, there you go. Easy two for Nick Thelen from Bellarmine. He's got 2 points there. And the Knights have 4 to Duke's 15. Seahawks fan, yes, I have gotten behind the local Seattle team. Originally, I was a New England, I guess I could say I'm a New England Patriots fan, although the latest not having Tom Brady kind of ruins your season just a little bit. Mark Williams, talk about not ruining your season and having a great play there is Mark Williams with the lay-in off the miss. And this is sensational. He's got 2 points there. That's a Williams 2-point putback. West Branch ball, welcome in, welcome in. I know Jack's, yes, Jack's definitely a big Chiefs fan. I expect all 4 to be in the top 15. Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, and NC, as in UNC. Uh, Duke never wins by 30. Oh, was that the line? Was Duke by 30? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think even the Coppin State game also had a similar line. It was like 27 or something. But yeah, Duke did not cover. So if you're the betting type, especially given how young this team is this year, I would not expect us to like blow out teams like and cover large spreads. Yeah, okay, UNC. Well, West, remembering from the MSU Duke game, welcome back. Then welcome back in chat again. If you need a spot to watch the game, jump into the Discord. The link is in the description, and you can sort of watch the game and follow along there. And Trey's Plays is another Duke fan. Welcome in. Go Duke. Love to see all the Duke fans here in chat. Megan, the DUKE, is, of course, one of the student cheers. As we're back in Cameron here. That was a quick timeout. Ooh, used to be a loyal Panther fan, but yeah, what they did to Rivera and Newton, yeah. Oh, West is a Michigan State fan though. That's okay. Hey, I mean Eric, who was commentating with me on Tuesday night, his dad is actually a Michigan State fan, which sort of gives him some fun insight into that team. It's always a good game when Michigan State and Duke play. Oddly enough, it was Tom Izzo's first win in Cameron. Not many teams get to win in Cameron from outside of the conference. But I agree. It does. Sorry, getting to Hari's point, it does suck that there are no crazies. That is kind of the whole point of coming into Cameron, right? So the free throw there was good. It's 18-4 here for the Blue Devils, who have locked this down defensively. Good hands there by Matthew Hurt, but can't quite get the ball, and the rebound is just going to go straight back to Bellarmine. That's going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul on Mark Williams here. defending, and Bellarmine's going to go to the line. How is Roach playing? I'm from the same area as him, so always root for Roach. So Roach, I think, has the ability to be one of the most like our biggest X factors, right? So every time, like if you think back to the teams that were incredibly successful, the 2010 team, which I was in school for, had John Shire and Nolan Smith. He had exceptional guard play, um, and exceptional shooting as well from them. Right? No, I think Nolan Smith was somewhere in the high 80s percentage wise from the free throw line. I mean, John Shire was automatic. It's like a 92, 93% free throw shooter. And then you fast forward to the 2015 team where you had Tyus, right? You had Tyus who ran that team exceptionally well for us. Um, the uh, Bellarmine player got a bloody head. The Duke teams that are successful have a strong point guard presence. Even last year's team, Trey, had an opportunity to really shine in the NCAA tournament, and unfortunately we didn't get to see it. What I'm trying to say is that Jeremy Roach, I think, could, and that's Matthew Hurt 3, which is a beautiful shot by Matthew. So he's got 5 points in the early going. Um, Jeremy needs to step up into that role. We've seen his high school tape. We've seen what he can do. He's got exceptional court vision. He can pass the ball. He can take people off the dribble. Like he has to develop into that point guard leader, and in which case he could be like a huge X factor for Duke. I think more so than DJ Stewart, who's probably more of like this. Stewart's like this combo guard who can like shoot it and he can also play point if he wanted to, but having the tandem between Roach and Stewart is going to be very important as we go through the season and especially into the postseason. Um, but yeah, I mean, Jeremy Roach, a high-profile recruit coming into Duke for sure. Um, he just needs to he needs to play the Tyus, the Trey, like the John Shire, the Nolan Smith role. Like he needs to grow into that. So, oh my gosh, like chat is like going way too fast. As there's a missed shot here for the Blue Devils as we're going the other way with it. Bellarmine trying to get something easy in transition, almost travels. And great hands by Goldwire. Goldwire is going to get up a steal here. Duke in transition itself. Goldwire hand off to Matthew Hurt and out on Duke. I think he probably should have taken that himself. Marquette right now giving Wisconsin trouble at the moment. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of upsets. So to Roger's point, a lot of upsets this year in men's and women's. I mean, uh, I do definitely agree with that. We already saw Kentucky lose to an unranked team at home as well. They lost to the Richmond Spiders. Duke went ahead and lost to Michigan State. I don't necessarily consider that an upset. I mean, if you go off pure rankings, yes, but like it's a top 10 ranked Michigan State team coached by Tom Izzo and like with 6 juniors. Like okay, like they beat you. They're gonna beat a lot of teams. It's not like, oh, they snuck up on us and like, we like slept on Michigan State. Like you just don't do that, right? Like, so I don't necessarily consider that an upset, but the potential for upsets, especially as teams cancel games, reschedule games, don't have a sort of schedule rhythm to them. It might be like any given kind of like we talk about any given Sunday in the NFL, but like any given weeknight, it could be your chance, and especially if you walk into Cameron and there's no crazies, like you may as well be on a neutral court, right? There's like no home field advantage for Duke, so yeah. MSU going to win. Talk about Michigan State. Wait, the Michigan State versus Detroit game tonight, is there like no, there's no shame in losing to that. Is that game close or something? Like, and turnover off the rip here, off the inbounds, right back to Duke. DJ Stewart is going to draw a charge. There's one area that needs improvement as well, and we saw this in the Michigan State game. I think, and actually we saw it against Coppin State too. Some of our freshmen are playing too fast. Like, and especially the Johnson, Roach, and Stewart. And I think it's because they're so used to having the ball in their hands all the time and just making things happen off the dribble. But in college, what's good, like people are gonna A, people aren't, you don't have that height or size advantage like you're a freshman anymore, right? So people are going to stand in front of you and take charges like that they just wouldn't have seen in high school because you would just bowl people over basically. Like if you watch the mixtapes for these kids, they're just like running people down. It's like pretty hilarious. But here's Wendell Moore going to go for three. He still can't get that one to go. What is he? 1 of 9, 0 for 9 from the other night. That was bad. If we had Wendell Moore's point production on Tuesday night, or what was it, Monday night? Whatever, against the Michigan State game, that result would have been a little different. As Alec Frem finally gets some points on the board here for Bellarmine. They've got 10, and it's 21-10 for the Blue Devils. Michigan State beat Detroit Mercy. Oh, 83-76. Oh, I see. Um, I gotcha. So yeah, too close for comfort. But yeah, back to the kind of what chat was saying. Matthew Hurt for three yet again. The threes are falling. We got Matthew Hurt with 2 threes, Jamin Brakefield with 3 threes. Finally, after a horrific shooting night on against Michigan State, um, it's finally falling for us, which is a little concerning because that might mean that like Duke's gonna go back to that whole like we'll live and die by the three. Here at the 7-minute mark, 24 for the Blue Devils, 10 for Bellarmine. Bellarmine's going to try a three, and that shot goes actually. Sam DeVault, nice shot from the outside, three for them. Um, Favorite Duke player of all time. So I might have to be a little biased uh, to like one of the like to the players that actually played while I was in school. So the Shire jersey, that jersey with the 30 behind me, if I step that way or step that way, that's a Shire jersey. So I was a big John Shire fan when I was in school. I liked his leadership. I liked his point guard skill. I like the fact that if you were in a close game down the stretch, you just gave the ball to John. They like the other team fouled them and it was automatic. Like what a luxury. You got a 92% free throw shooter to step up to the line and you're just like, go win us the game. And then you're like, you didn't even need to sweat it out. I feel like the last couple of years, how horrific our free throw shooting has been, even in the 2015 team, you're just like biting your nails at the end of a game to be like, are we just going to throw this away at the free throw line? Um, whew. So, all right, let me fix all the stats. How many we by winning are we winning by tonight? Well, if you believe Vegas, they said we were going to win by 30. I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. I'm not sure that's going to happen. But if we can get like a 20-point win out of this, at least we leave kind of feeling. We end the week feeling good about ourselves. Remember, we were supposed to have a game on Sunday against Elon. That game has been postponed. Not canceled. It's just been postponed. Um, because of COVID issues at Elon, and so Elon will not travel to Durham, so won't have the Sunday games. There's just 2 games this week, even though we were supposed to play. We were getting ready to play 3 of them actually. All right, so quick update on the stats here. DJ Stewart's got 2. Breakfield's got 9 with the 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Very good, nice for him. Goldwire's got 2. Mark Williams has 3, and Matthew Hurt there with 8. Those are the 24 points for the Blue Devils so far tonight. On the side of the Bellarmine Knights, it's 2 points for Ethan Claycomb, 2 points for Frem. Let's see. Dylan Penn has 2. Sam DeVault has 3. He just hit that one. Nick Thelen has 2, and that's right, that's Pedro Bradshaw has the 2 there as well. The only real foul trouble here we have to watch out for the Blue Devils is Jalen Johnson picked up another 2 quick fouls, which has plagued him in the Michigan State game too. So something to keep an eye on as the season develops is how Jalen Johnson either controls the foul trouble or doesn't. I mean, he's the way he played, especially in the first game. He's a bucket. He's a scorer. And he comes in as our most highly touted freshman, so to speak. This is sensational defense by Goldwire, by the way, as he manages to come up with that one. And for the first time For the first time, we finally see the graduate student transfer, Patrick Tepe, who is in the game. I got a friend who's a Virginia Tech fan. He's definitely rooting for Kent State right now. Wow. Kent State, UVA, another close one. UVA, we're talking about teams that, like, we were just going to see upsets up and down this season. We saw San Francisco beat UVA and score less than 70 points to do it. I'm pretty sure that game was 61-60, something like that, that ended. So UVA, again, sort of on the ropes. And Tape, absolutely, and won here, making an impact right off the bench. Love it. Getting the rebound down low. So Tape, I was interesting why we hadn't seen Tape at all in the first two games. Of course, he has 4 years of collegiate basketball experience. So, like, you would think if you need somebody like, older, more senior leadership to come to the team, uh, you'd put Tape out on the floor, but he hasn't been there. Duke, a bit of size. Good defense by Tape. Actually, a block by Tape there. And bodies on the floor. They're going to call this one jump ball. So, Tape and then block. Just writing down a few of the key highlights here. Make some highlights on the, whoops. Just one quick second, chat. Yep. All right, Bellarmine inbounding. And a quick spin move here put on, but DJ Stewart, good defense. DJ Stewart's going to come down with the rebound. That was a spin move by Dylan Penn, comes up just strong. And DJ Stewart coming down the court here. On the floor for the Blue Devils, it's Stewart, Goldwire, Hurt, Baker, and Tepe. Baker trying to drive baseline, gets cut off by 2 as Bellarmine is now in a zone. And we have a stoppage in play, a foul on number 12, foul called against Tepe. Down low in the paint, results in a Duke turnover. Oh, yeah. Okay, what is your prediction for the Illinois game? So yeah, Megan, no Jalen Johnson yet because Jalen is on the bench with 2 fouls, so I actually don't expect to see him play in the remainder of the first half. You don't want him to pick up the third. There's only 6 minutes, yeah, in the last 6 minutes here of the first, so I didn't actually catch what the result. I assume Baylor won that game. I'm a little concerned. So to be honest, I didn't realize how highly ranked Illinois was. Usually these ACC Big Ten Challenge games, like especially because we didn't finish first in the ACC, like the way that they're set up is, I'm pretty sure it's like first position in the ACC plays first in the Big Ten, and then you just sort of go down the rankings. Because like Florida State won the ACC last year, and we were in the top 4, but um, I didn't realize that that Illinois was that highly ranked. So I'm like, this might be a bit more of a problem than I originally thought. Especially after seeing us go up against Michigan State and seeing how Duke looked against a veteran team. And I do know that Illinois has some, I think they're either transfers or they have more senior players. So again, the defense that Illinois plays to see if Duke can actually run some real offense, that's going to be, we gotta watch that very closely. Baker's going to try. That's a charge. This should be a charge, or it's going to be a block. Foul charge to Ethan Claycomb here. Okay, it's an 82-69 Baylor. Yeah, I really do really do hope that we get them. I'd hate to go, be 2-2 in the season. That would be not a good start. I don't know, when's the last time Duke started 2-2 in their first 4 games of the season? Like what? Like really? Granted, I know like 2 of our games have been postponed because of COVID. Right, the first one against Gardner-Webb, which has now been rescheduled, and then the Elon one. So we, in reality, should have been playing, like that should have been our 5th game, but ugh, Yeah, 2-2 would not be a good record. Mark Williams here. Good defense by Williams. He's just too big to shoot over there for Wieland, and he's got to pass it out. Bellarmine's got to reset, and Bellarmine is going to get an and one here. This is going to be a foul against. Not exactly sure. Hold on. Foul against Wendell Moore. It looked vertical to me. Pedro Bradshaw, however, is going to get the 2 and go to the line for a 1-on-1. Oh, it's the same one for the Hornets. Okay, Baylor and Gonzaga Saturday. Probably going to go in favor of Gonzaga, although where is that game, by the way? Because we, if it's at Baylor, then Baylor wins. Okay, because Wisconsin, who won the Big Ten, is playing Louisville. Oh, it's not made like that. Oh, interesting. And Florida State is playing against Indiana again. So the other interesting one is that I can't quite figure out is like what would have, and I wonder if this is why, like what would have happened if, um, what would have happened if Duke was supposed to play Michigan State in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, because you couldn't have a Champions Classic with Duke and Michigan State and then have them play a week later in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Like that wouldn't make sense either, right? So like that would blow the scheduling up. Um, but in this case, you're saying uh, that Michigan. Okay. So I guess there's more to that scheduling then. I thought it was much simpler, but anyway. So DJ Roach at the free throw line right now. He will get the first. So his first points for the night, and DJ Roach going to get the second as well. It's at Baylor. Okay, so if Gonzaga's going to travel to Baylor, Baylor wins. Gonzaga historically early on can't can't win on the road. What was this? I think it was like 2 years ago where they played ranked. Oh wow, Brakefield trying to step in and draw a charge, but he just draws a block. Wow, Nick Thielen just goes to the rack. That was a kind of a posterization, to be honest. 19 to 28 here. Oh, sorry, should be 21. Nick Thielen just blows by Mark Williams. Brakefield tries to step in, and he just gets plastered. Oh boy. 21. So Bellarmine now only down by 7. Um, so okay, so it was 2 years ago, maybe was it last year or 2 years ago, when we were like doing our brackets, and I was like, no, like Gonzaga, everybody gets really high on Gonzaga going to the NCAA tournament. I'm like, no, it's like a fallacy. If you pick Gonzaga to win the whole thing, your bracket's like gonna bust really quickly. I remember they went to play a ranked UNC team at UNC and they lost. And there was one more ranked team that they played, and that team's name is escaping me right now. But it was a ranked team. It was away. I think it was a Big 12 team. To be honest, they went and they also lost. So the two true road games that Gonzaga played that year, they both lost against ranked opponents. They lost them both. And actually, this was 2 years ago because this was the Zion season where they barely beat us in Maui because we screwed it up and RJ decided to go play hero ball, and I still don't forgive him for blowing the Maui Invitational for that one against Gonzaga. I don't know why he got the ball in his hand 3 times at the end of the game, kind of like he did against Michigan State in the tournament, which was a disaster too. So both of them ended horribly. But everybody was like, yeah, Gonzaga's going to like super good, going to win this thing. And then the two true road games they go and play against ranked opponents, I was like, we should have beaten Gonzaga. And then watch what happens when they actually go play on the road. They lost them both. And I was like, Gonzaga's not for real. Now, if Gonzaga goes into Baylor and comes out victorious, that would be, I would be shocked. Then you say, wow, that's pretty good. Who were the starters? Skylark, who were the starters? Mark Williams was in the starting lineup. Then it was hold on. It was DJ Stewart, Goldwire, Williams, Johnson, and I want to say Wendell was the fifth starter there. But Kay's been pretty liberal with the substitutions. So Bellarmine on a bit of a run here. Honestly, we've been having a great discussion in chat. throughout the game, and silently, like Bellarmine's been creeping up here on our Blue Devils, down double digits at one point here in the first half, but they've clawed this thing back down to 7. Thielen's got 4. Somehow my scores aren't quite right. Pen's got 2. DeVault's got 3. Oh, Whelan's got 2. That's it. There's my missing points. Yeah, see, Gonzaga plays at number 3 Iowa. Okay, so Gonzaga has to go play Iowa too. Okay, so they're gonna lose that one. So they're gonna lose them both. Prediction: they're gonna lose them both. Um, and if they don't, good on them. I don't mind being wrong about it. But if they don't, then then we could start saying, well, Gonzaga's probably for real. Because the problem with Gonzaga is as soon as they get into their conference, they just blow through like all the teams, and it's like a joke. So it's another charge here. So Jeremy Roach tries to drive in and draws another charge. The second charge we've seen by our guards. Remember, DJ Stewart had one, Roach had another, and we've been sort of talking about how I think these kids are playing just a little too fast, especially at the guard spot. And they're gonna learn. That's fine. You're gonna make these mistakes early in the season, and hopefully we won't see them by the time conference play rolls around. So, yeah. Michigan State 2-1 against Gonzaga all time. There you go. Nice. Duke with too many. Yeah. Well, I mean, against Michigan State, Duke with not just too many jump shots, just like too much ISO ball. Like there just wasn't an offensive rhythm. It was like, give the ball to one of the guards and see what they can do. As Bellarmine here has another, and Nick Thelen has another 2 points down low, and he's got 6 on the night, and the Bellarmine Knights are within 5. So Eric, who commentates with me from time to time, again, is a turnover here. DJ Stewart can't quite connect. They're down low, and it's a turnover by the Blue Devils, so Bellarmine chance to make this a one-possession game, actually. Yeah, we are choking. We are absolutely choking. But this is very similar to Michigan State. We came out of the gates, guns blazing, like a lot of energy. The threes were falling. Brakefield got 3 threes. Matthew Hurt got 2 threes. And here's Bellarmine. Ethan Claycomb makes it really easy. Easy too. Some of the here are my theories. One, when Duke isn't scoring on offense, its defense suffers. You've seen this theme. You saw this theme with the team, not as much with the team last year because Trey Jones was a sophomore, but the team the year before that. And it's common of young teams as Joey Baker. That's a huge shot. That's a huge shot. Joey Baker, corner 3 from the right. No, sorry, not Baker. Hurt. What am I talking about? Matthew Hurt, corner 3, right side. Huge shot. Huge shot. Bring the momentum back. Threes are killers for the other team, especially a well-timed 3. That was well-timed because we were in like process of absolute choke job here. As Bellarmine can't get that one to go too strong. Goldwire down with the rebound, and now Duke pushing, and that's going to be another offensive. No, they're going to call that a block. Wendell Moore gets away with that one. And Bellarmine with 7 fouls. Wendell's going to go to the line for 1 and 1. I feel like the Duke starters should be Jeremy Roach, DJ Stewart, Jalen Johnson, Mark Williams, and Henry Coleman. So all of the freshmen, basically. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Basically all the freshmen. Well, I don't know if you can actually have a full starting lineup with all freshmen. But maybe at some point this season that would be nuts. Wendell Moore with a 1 and 1, no good. Missing a 1 and 1 is effectively the same as a turnover. So Bellarmine down 5 points at a minute 30. DJ Stewart, that was pretty good defense, and Matthew Harris, that reach-in foul there, that is absolutely a foul. That's absolutely a foul. So Baylor has to play Kansas twice, yes, because they're in conference. They do a double round robin. West Virginia twice, okay, and Texas twice. Ow. Yeah, I mean the Big 12, all freshman teams don't work. Ask Michigan. Fab Five. Oh man. So what was I saying? So the where was I? Well, that free throw doesn't go either. So Bellarmine coach quite upset as both free throws go awry. Duke with an opportunity here for a minute 20, and Hurt thinking about the three. Brings it back down. Wendell driving into the paint. He's got two defenders drawing. Wendell can't get there to shoot. Beautiful tip out by Williams right there to Goldwire, and Goldwire drills it. Beautiful tip out by Mark Williams. That is what he is in there for. And now the steal by Stewart. Going the other way with it. Wendell, good body control. Good body control by Wendell, and the 2-point finish there. Duke with 5 quick ones. And see, there you see the difference between one of the freshmen and one of the upperclassmen. Wendell with the stop, the body control, the gather, the lay-in. Easy two. Easy two. Didn't draw a charge. Although Wendell had his fair share of charges as a freshman, so I suppose he's learned, thankfully. Yeah. Did UNC just lose? Is that what that comment in chat, Harry Iyer, is about? Did they just go down? I'll check that score here in a sec. As the Duke takes a timeout with 9 seconds left in the first half. Use it or lose it timeout here for the Blue Devils. May as well set up a play. Let's see what coach has for us. Need to hold on to his lead. Did UNC actually lose? That would be pretty incredible, actually. It's taking forever to load. I'm like doing way too many things on this computer at the moment. It's going to die. Oh, no, Texas beating UNC on Wednesday. Nice. Virginia still in a close one. Wow. 59-60. Is that also on being televised? Maybe we'll throw that game on. It's only got a minute left. Maybe we'll throw that game on at the halftime and watch the final minute of that Virginia game if it's on like ESPN and we can find it for at least halftime. Again, if you're needing to find the actual game, just jump into our Discord there. The link's in the description of the video. Coming out of the timeout there, it's Brakefield that gathers with the rebound. He's going to try to get outside, and Jordan Goldwire just a little late on the release. The shot would not go even if it would not count even if it went in. So that's going to be your final first point tally there of the first half. 35-25 Blue Devils here in Cameron. Decent start for the Blue Devils, and Bellarmine fought back to get this game to within 5. Duke with a quick 7-0 run gets this thing back into double digits. Oh, okay, it's on ACC Network. We will switch over. So we can switch over for the halftime. Let's talk about Virginia in a close game. You'll have to forgive me, I don't quite know the full Virginia roster. Oh, here it is. Here's the Kent State versus Virginia. As well as I know the Duke one, so other than their coach, of course. All right, so actually Virginia's got this out to a 62-point lead. A 62-59, so 3-point lead for the Cavaliers. And it looks like they're currently reviewing who touched the ball last, because a Kent State player tries to... That does go off a Virginia player, actually. That ball goes off his shirt. And the kid jumping in on you, Virginia was overrated. So here's the Virginia-Kent State game that we're tracking. Oh boy, they're actually advertising Miami versus Duke for college football on Saturday. That is going to be for tomorrow. It's going to be a sad affair. Don't even get me started. We can talk. I could probably talk at length about my Duke football team, and it's just like not good. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad. All right. So possession for Kent State at the moment. 5 seconds to go. Yeah, it hits the Virginia player's arm. Why are you still reviewing this? Move on. Although I think there's a timeout called, so there you go. Yeah, I mean, I expect a lot after watching Michigan State play. Definitely expect a lot out of Michigan State. So yeah, for basketball, not as much for yeah, football is a whole different story. That's a well, to be honest, they probably beat them in football too. So yep, as Ann's pointing out, to Gonzaga and Baylor tomorrow. When is that? I gotta look up the actual time for that game. Make sure to like. Uh, all right, so Kent State's actually going to inbound this thing. They have to go the full length of the court in 6 seconds. Oh, no, they don't. They're going to shoot this themselves, and that's not going to go. And the ACC network is killing me. Oh, Kent State hit it! What? Tie game! Holy what? Damn you, ACC network, for having to buffer right as the guy hit the shot. What in the world? Give me the replay. Holy smokes! Kent State gets the rebound. They kick it out, and this shot is absolutely good. It is in the air with 0.8 seconds left. It is totally good. They're going to overtime. Oh my. Wow, okay. Now Kent State's going to have to beat Virginia in its own house in another 15 minutes of game. Wow, that's impressive. We'll keep an eye out for the Duke game though. When that comes back, we'll switch back, but at least while we're at the half, we uh, may as well still watch this one. So you gotta click on my name and then watch. Like Michigan going in overtime against the rising team. Hey, any given weekday at this point. I'm just gonna get the. I'll fix up the stats here for our Blue Devils. Make sure we add up to 35. So stats here for the Blue Devils. Wendell Moore, since we're at halftime, Wendell Moore with 2. DJ Stewart's got 2. Roach has 2 as well. Brakefield still with 9. Tape has got 2 himself. Goldwire with 5. Williams with 3, and Matthew Hurt with 11 as we're back underway, actually. Kent State's going to get the first shot in the overtime. It is a 3 that rims out, but they do get their own rebound. And so they manage to keep the possession alive. When that's buffering there for a sec. Kent State still holding on to the ball. Got about 10 seconds left here on the shot clock. Kent State's just going to drive. Oh, drive in the lane. Get this. This shot is still good. Try to go off the backboard. No good. But the rebound to Kent State again. They're going to get like what? This is their 4th shot at it. Actually, Virginia going to come down with the rebound finally. Whew. Virginia now on the offensive side of the ball, trying to drive in. Gets that. Actually finds an open 3-point shooter. Wow, he should have taken that. He was wide open. Who's number 0 for UVA? Good lord. I mean, he had 8 feet of space all the way around, and he didn't take the shot. My goodness. I guess he's just not. Oh, Duke is back? Wow, it's been, what, 15 minutes, really? After the break. Okay. All right, got it. So it's been close. Kent State, this should be, no, ooh, good, great defense by UVA. I thought that was going to be 2 points for sure. UVA diving in here. That's an easy two easy two off the backboard. 64-62, UVA in the lead for Sam Hauser. Oh, that's the Michigan State guy's brother. I was like, he looks familiar. Yeah. Hauser kind of lit us up the other night too. How many points did he have? Gee, oh, he had 11. Okay, not the end of the world, but that was almost a travel by Kent State. Actually, going to keep it on this end. Kent State's got 3 seconds of the shot clock, 2:45 on the game clock, actually, at the moment. We'll get back to the Duke game as soon as it comes out of halftime break. Currently watching the, while we're at halftime, currently watching the overtime between Kent State and Virginia. Here, number 15th ranked Virginia on the ropes yet again after losing at home to unranked San Fran. They lose to an unranked team twice in the same week. Or maybe it's not the same week, but in any case, that was a prayer. Kent State's shot goes awry. UVA, are they going to end up with another 2? Nope. Kick to the outside. That should have been an offensive foul. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, they did. They called offensive on that one. Yeah, they keep advertising the Michigan State Virginia game as Joey Hauser versus Sam Hauser. Yeah, okay. So West Branch, if you haven't noticed, there is the media loves what we call hashtag storylines. Like anytime there's a good storyline that they can like clamp onto, like that one's just money. Like they're gonna ride that like until that game is over for sure. And I bet you there's going to be like graphics within the game that's like, comparing the two brothers, and like you're going to have stats like through the like every other media timeout they're going to be talking about like comparing the two of them. Like that's just like what ESPN likes to do. This should be an open shot. Great extra pass actually by UVA, but they still don't shoot the 3. And UVA's the 3 actually goes awry. Hauser does save it. Yes, Hauser does save it. Wow. What a play by UVA. They're going to burn another 20 seconds here off the clock. Okay, I thought Hauser traveled. Doesn't matter. His shot doesn't go in. No, that wasn't Hauser. That was their big man. Minute 22. Kent State only trails by a bucket, by 2 points. There's only been 1 bucket in the entire overtime, actually. Joey over Sam. Here you go, Michigan State over UVA. Sure, I'll take it. Anything to have another ACC. Oh, Kent State, how do you miss that? Oh, that was a layup. Wow, you couldn't even miss that shot in the layup line if you wanted to. That is a tough break. UVA is going to dribble the air out of the ball here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hauser's going to go for 3. Can he win it? That might win it for UVA. That Hauser 3 opens a 5-point advantage here with 41 seconds to go. Hauser with 17 points and 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. That is a dagger. Ow. Kent State hasn't scored a single point here in the overtime. Yeah, Virginia's going to survive this one. I'm going to grab a water here in a sec as we get ready for the Duke Blue Devils second half, and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Yeah, Kent State 0 for 7 field goals in overtime. That is unfortunately not going to end well for them. So it looks like Virginia is going to hang on as we're getting ready to come back to play here. And let's get our Blue Devils back up. Assuming this works. Cool. Assuming we actually win this, which I hope to God we do. I'll actually get to post some highlights tonight. I'm looking forward to finally doing some Duke highlights here, even if it is a quick, short video on first one of the season. Yeah, we won't lose. This is so should be coming back right after this commercial break. And I think we will. All right, so quick recap for those just joining us. We are back out of the halftime. Leading scorer for the Blue Devils, currently Matthew Hurt with 10 to follow up his 21 points against Michigan State. Following up is Jamin Brakefield, currently 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Hit 3 3-point shots in really quick succession right off the bat. Actually, within basically the first 6 minutes of the game. Has been quiet since, but he is playing well, and he played well against Michigan State as 2, so I think that's why he got some early minutes here. Kate probably liking what he saw during game time for Brakefield, and having him in. We have also seen for the first time senior graduate student transfer Patrick DePay. He's got 2 points. Nice little rebound and putback deep in the paint for Tapé. Mark Williams has scored 3. Jordan Goldwire has 5. Jalen Johnson has been absent from the first half. He went to the bench with 2 fouls really early, kind of like he did in the Michigan State game. So Johnson is back on the court here. Back on the court here to start the second. Yep, Jalen's in. Jalen played only 3 minutes because he's on the bench with. He almost has as many fouls as minutes played, and I mean sometimes that's going to happen for a freshman. What's not good though is that if it becomes a pattern, then other teams are like, well, Jalen Johnson is like, go at him, attack, be aggressive because he's liable to foul you, and like he's such a weapon for us. Inside, outside, like if he's on the court, you have to defend him because he's going to find ways to score. But if you can put him into foul trouble, if teams just, can get him into foul trouble, then that all goes away. So Johnson, especially on the defensive end, Johnson has to learn to defend without fouling. And that's going to be one of the biggest areas to watch for his growth. As Bellarmine has the first possession here of the second, we are back. And they're going to try to put this one up. That is Dylan Penn, and he's going to get that 2 to go. So Duke choked a little bit there until about the, let's call it the 2-minute mark of the first. Then went on a bit of a 7-0 run. Opened up a 10-point lead by halftime. Let's see how we come out here of the locker room for the first 4 minutes of the second half. Eric talks about in order to win a basketball game, you got to win the last 4 minutes of the first and the first 4 minutes of the second. You can put teams away. Let's see if Duke goes for it. Bellarmine just doubling just about everything here. Tough shot for Wendell. Does not go. Bellarmine with another opportunity. This is Bradshaw bringing it up the court. Going to give it to Penn. Back out to Betts. And then Nick Thelen. Thelen now in the paint. Trying to take Williams. Good footwork by Williams to stay in front. And wow! Oh, Williams with the beautiful block. Williams with the block and actually that was a basket saver. Williams going to get this outside to Hurt. Can he do it? Yes. Matthew Hurt for 3 from the outside. The assist actually from Williams. So a block on the defensive end. A three from Hurt on the offensive end. Duke looking good, pretty good here at the start of the second. Bellarmine's going to try to get the three right back. No good. Rebound down to Hurt. Oh, Kent State at least scored in the overtime. Well, that's positive for them. Jalen Johnson's three goes off. Weak side rebound to Williams. He's just scooping them up. Vacuum cleaner down there. Gets his own rebound and puts it in for two. Williams, strong move. Stuff in the stat sheet. Miss the shot. Get your own rebound. Get the 2 points. Rebounds, points, assists. Yep, and there's your final score. UVA staves off the upset. From unranked Kent State. Thank you, West Branch Ball. 71-64, actually. So, and then quick replay of Williams getting this outside. Wide open shooter. Williams drawing so much attention down low. There were 3 Bellarmine players. Good presence of mind to know that one of his teammates was going to be wide open. Is Johnson? Oh, man. Johnson has 2 fouls and he's gambling for a steal like that. That could have easily been a third, especially because he got his arm hooked. Damn. Wow, he's kind of lucky that they did not call that. Yeah. Goldwire bringing this up the court for the Blue Devils. Johnson down low, going to try to muscle his way in, and he traveled. Wow, turnover. Johnson not having a good game so far tonight. Certainly not like the first one. UCLA and Arizona. Oh no, that's women's. UCLA and women's going to play. Hope they're. So Illinois. I think that game's actually Tuesday. But yeah, I hope they're ready as well. Sam DeVault gives back up to Penn. Penn trying to drive in on Matthew Hurt, and Penn with a runner, no good. Hurt with the rebound. Duke here with an opportunity. We need to really extend this lead. Like, we need to drop a 3 in them right now. And Hurt's going to do exactly that. I did not actually know that Hurt was going to shoot that 3 when I said it, so. But he makes me look good, so there you go. Matthew Hurt with another 3. He's got 16 points so far tonight. I think he's perfect from the 3. 4 of 4? We'll check that stat when we go to break in about 20 or 30 seconds of game time. Bellarmine still probing just in bets. Can't quite get it to go. Good defense by Johnson, who comes down with a rebound, and Hurt thought about 3 again. Actually, he's going to take the 3, and that's going to be a miss. Oh, Williams deflects it out, but it's right into the hands of Bellarmine defender. Bellarmine in transition. And 2? No, yes, they will get that 2. Pedro Bradshaw, another 2 points for Bellarmine, as he now has 6 on the night. 43-29. Blue Devils here as we are at 15:44 in the second. And I don't know what that call was. I looked down for a second. Jalen Johnson Coach K not happy with Jalen Johnson. Yeah, if Hurt would have made that, that would have been pretty spectacular. I think it's his first miss. I'm gonna double check. I'll double check this guy. Because we do have 43, so we're at 43-29 at the moment. So I'm missing points from someone. I have cheated somebody out of points. Matthew's got 16. Williams. I cheated Williams out of points. Williams got 5. There you go. Okay, Hurts did miss one before. He's 4 of 6. Okay. Yeah. Hurt's been playing pretty good. Hurt had 21 against Michigan State. He's got 16 tonight. So far so good here for Matthew. I mean, and he knew he needed to step up. If this Duke team is going to be successful, like it needs I don't know why that score didn't update. It needs Matthew Hurt to be like a shooting threat on the outside. Wendell has been unfortunately Wendell's like 0 for like goose egg the other night, or maybe he got 1. Has been a problem. Was a problem. Let me refresh that. Either that or it's actually ESPN that isn't updating. So ESPN's not updating, but the score is 43-29. Yeah. Yeah, the official score is 43-29. The Gamecast is kind of stuck. There's 15:41 left in the game, and it is the second. Whoops. So I'll try to keep you guys updated as the score because the Gamecast seems kind of stuck. Jalen and Joey have goose eggs right now. Well, Jalen just can't get in rhythm. Jalen just can't get into any sort of rhythm. As Chat was pointing out, he played all of 3 minutes in the first half. The foul trouble has been brutal for him. Bellarmine has the ball, but this is going to be a steal. Wendell comes up with it, and Wendell trying to go coast to coast is going to pull up right at the free throw line, and that shot still doesn't go. Wendell's got a lid on the bucket. Oh, come on. Wendell on the floor. That was almost another steal. But he is getting it done defensively. I like that Wendell still has energy on the defensive end. That's important. Even if his shot isn't going in on the offensive side, he's still finding ways to contribute. All right, so the ACC Big Ten Challenge games. Let's see, Miami, Purdue, Boston College, Minnesota, North Carolina versus Iowa. North Carolina loses, obviously. Notre Dame, Virginia Tech versus Penn State. Interesting. Goldwire with an easy lay-in at the 15-10 mark. Jordan Goldwire's got another two. Duke starting to extend now. Duke at 16 points, and here's the rebound to DJ Stewart. Goldwire with 7 so far tonight. Wendell going to get this to Matthew. Matthew's going to draw 2. Give it out to Brakefield! Or just give it to Stewart, who can't connect. Brakefield comes down with the rebound. Brakefield, go up with it, big man! Brakefield gets his own rebound. The putback is no good either. And DJ Stewart, yes, great hustle by Stewart. He's going to force a held ball, a jump ball. Yeah. We got to figure out who's the third option. It would be Stewart, but I'm not sure. So the defense looks pretty good tonight. Yes. The third option, and we kind of struggled with this last year too, to be honest. Like, we knew we had Trey, and the way that he improved his shooting from his freshman season to his sophomore season was astounding. And he was getting you between 15 to 20 night in, night out. Like, Trey Jones was great. And then you had Vernon Carey, who was pretty reliable. Pretty reliable, too. And then you were like, well, where's the other 25 points that you need going to come from? Because some nights Cassius Stanley was a rocket ship. And other nights, not so much. And so this is a great point from Ant, because the third scorer needs to emerge, and it could be, and sometimes you're like, well, it's just going to be a combination of some of the role players, but that's not consistent. That's not enough. Clearly, it's not enough. As Roach and Stewart are playing a little point guard game here, Duke just throwing it around the perimeter. Somebody's got to get into the paint. As Roach is going to go for 3, that shot looked actually pretty good, but it doesn't go. So no good on the 3-point shot for Roach. 3-point shot on the other side for Bellarmine. Ooh, that is good. Justin Betts gets a 3 for the Bellarmine Knights. Matthew Hurt across court to Brakefield. Brakefield going to try to go for 3. Oh, pretty. Yes, sir. Jamin Brakefield has his 4th 3-pointer. Keep feeding him. That lefty shot looks good. I like it. I really do. Oh, Matthew with the block down low. Yes. The feed. Oh, Brakefield almost thought about the third. That was going to be a really... Oh, that was going to be cool. Matt block. I do like the fact that Hurt is a lot bigger than he was last year. Let's face it, Hurt was like a stick last year. But the added size is really helping him, and he can get down low in the paint. Hurt's going to go for three again. Bang! Drill it, Matthew. Matthew with the Hurt. The assist from DJ Stewart in the corner lands at the bottom of the net as a Matthew Hurt three. And the Blue Devils have blown this thing open. Here's possibly our 20-point lead. DJ Stewart gets on the court. Loose ball recovered by Bellarmine. And is that going to be a charge? Yes. Beautiful. A drawn charge by Jeremy Roach, who stands in there. That is great awareness by a freshman. Heck yeah. Great awareness to jump in. Oh, he was moving. Oh boy, that replay is. At full speed, I was like, yeah, that's a charge. That's a charge. If you actually look at the replay, you're like, I'm not sure. But that's okay. We got the call. And this is a Duke bias stream, so I don't really care. As Brakefield at the top of the key once again. Mark Williams is now in. Set the floor here for all the folks listening in. It is Brakefield, Stewart, Roach, Mark Williams, and Jordan Goldwire. And if you'd like to watch along with us, jump into the Discord. The link is in the description. And yeah, just jump in, and then we'll carry on the conversation here on the YouTube side. DJ Stewart's going to go from deep off the inbounds. Oh, in and out. That thing was halfway down. Duke will retain possession. Roach is a good defender. Can't wait to see him as a starting guard next year. A good on-the-ball defender to replace Trey Jones is definitely what we need. Duke going to go baseline out of bounds here. 12 minutes, 9 seconds left in the second half. Goldwire going to initiate this, give it to Williams. Quick give right back to Goldwire, and he's going to take a mid-range jump shot, high off the glass, no good. He had an open break field at the top of the circle. I don't know why he didn't pass it out. Good recovery by Roach there on the ball as Bellarmine is forced to drive in and off the free throw line, and Bellarmine travels. Good defense by Williams, actually. Good footwork to stay in front of Alec Frem from Bellarmine, who travels, and we have hit the under 12 timeout. It is 51-32. Blue Devils in the lead here. Blue and in control finally. So shout out to all the folks in chat watching along. Happy Friday evening, as now the sun has definitely set on the West Coast as well. 8:20, 8:24 for those on the East Coast, 5:24 for us here on the West Coast. But welcome in, everybody. Keeping tabs on our Blue Devils. We did get to see a little bit of UVA and Kent State. UVA going ahead and winning their game at home in overtime, but were pushed by a Kent State team as the Kent State team got a bucket at the buzzer, a three-pointer at the buzzer. So, but yeah, 19-point game here. Bellarmine had it down to the margin as low as 5 before Duke really opened up here. 3-pointers by Williams. Williams, an assist by Williams to Hurt for 3. Brakefield for 3. And Hurt with another 3 here. Quick check on the stats for everybody. The 3-point shooting significantly better tonight. God, I can't believe what we saw on the other night, on Tuesday night against Michigan State. Just god awful 3-point shooting. Brakefield perfect from the 3, 4 for 4, and Matthew Hurt 5 of 7 from 3-point range. And actually, that's about it. So great 3-point shooting from Brakefield and Hurt. Terrible from everyone else. Moore hasn't hit. He's 1 of 7. I think he was 1 of 9 the other night. So he's been in a shooting slump here to start the season. Johnson's 0 of 1. Johnson has played all of 7 minutes and just can't get into the rhythm of the game. He's been in foul trouble. He played 3 minutes in the first half and then got out because he was in foul. It picked up 2 fouls. DJ Stewart and Jeremy Roach both 0 for 3 from 3. It's a little concerning. Yeah, I don't understand. So Harry, this is or Hari, so apologies if I mispronounce. The this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where I feel like when games get either tight, like tight is it like close, or we're behind, the rotation for Duke shrinks considerably to like 6 or 7. And like folks like Williams or Coleman, they just don't get in. I mean, you kind of see this, we see this year in and year out really with Duke, where at some points K is okay to play with the lineup, and at other points he just like clamps it down. Um, and I don't know if he just thought maybe he's a defensive liability, something like that. Is Jeremy Roach gets picked off. He tried to get it to Williams. Good idea, poorly executed. As Bellarmine is running with this Duke turnover. Joey Baker is in, gets kind of beat, but good help defense by Williams. Stay, don't jump, stay grounded. And Bellarmine has 3 from the corner. Ethan Claycomb there getting that bucket for the Knights. Bellarmine 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, and Duke 10 of 22. So actually both teams shooting almost 50% from 3. Williams sets the screen. Roach back to Stewart. It's Duke deciding to go pretty big here. They got Brakefield and Williams both in the paint area. Joey Baker finally cooking that 3 up from the corner. Baker is on the board. That's his first 3-pointer of the night. And he did have a goose egg before. That was their first points of the night, actually. Finally, chat, we are going to have some highlights tonight. We are finally going to have some highlights, which is actually exciting. Yeah, Williams and Brakefield should get consistent minutes. So it was between. So Brakefield, Williams, and Coleman are all the 4-star recruits, whereas like Roach and Johnson and Stewart are like the 5-star, the more highly sort of nationally recognized. So we thought it was going to be a bit of a struggle to sort of try to get them minutes, but like you don't have like another 7-foot center that you can just like throw into the game. Like that just like doesn't come around that often, right? Like Mark Williams got to get reps, got to get minutes. Matthew Hurt in a good position here. That should have been an and one. If that was in the NBA, that would have been an and one. Call off the shot. Hurt's going to go to the free throw line. Shooting foul. Hurt for 2 here. Actually, not a shooting foul. Goldwire is going to inbound this thing. He's going to get it all the way out to Joey Baker. And I feel like now that the score is like 17, the margin is 17. I think you are going to see a lot more minutes for. I would like to see more minutes for Coleman. Honestly, I'd like to see him get some points. So folks coming off the bench. And DJ Stewart with a beautiful turnaround jump shot, just can't quite get it to go. Brakefield goes flying through the air trying for the rebound, but can't get it. Bellarmine is in transition, tried an alley-oop, didn't get it. Good block from behind by Stewart. And gonna stay Bellarmine ball. Knight's gonna inbound from the Duke baseline. Jalen Johnson back in. And Bellarmine gonna go for a long 3. Johnson brings down the rebound. We just have so much size. We gotta get it to work. Hurt Johnson. Johnson trying to take his man off the dribble. Actually passes it up to Goldwire, who passes it back to Johnson. Johnson's got to be more aggressive as Joey Baker throws the ball out of bounds. Not on the same page with DJ Stewart, and not on the same page with Coach K either, who I think, oh man, at some point in the season, I think we're going to see a mask go flying when K gets really angry, which is kind of funny, but not really at the same time. I'm surprised one of the NFL coaches, like Andy Reid in the NFL, hasn't like thrown his face shield yet or something. Like Bellarmine's shot ends up short. I love DJ Stewart. DJ Stewart on the court again. I feel like this dude is on the floor like every other possession. Beautiful dive by Matthew Hurt. He's got 21. Hurt again. And the shot by Bellarmine, it goes awry. Hurt's got 21 in this game to match his 21 from the Michigan State. But DJ Stewart gives great effort defensively. Like if the ball is on the floor, loose ball on the floor, Stewart is on the floor. Oh, and Jalen Johnson off the feed from Goldwire. Finally, Jalen Johnson is on the board here at the 8:45 mark of the second. JJ with 2 off the beautiful feed from Goldwire. And I think Megan, you might be a little ahead of us here for a second, as Bellarmine still has possession. Duke now opening a 21-point lead. And DJ Stewart's going to get active hands in the passing lane. Stewart slams it home, and this is going to be a timeout, Bellarmine. It absolutely has to be. This looks like a Cassius Stanley play from last year. We just talked about the energy that DJ Stewart has and like the willingness to just dive for balls that are like just everywhere. Great active hands. DJ Stewart with the flush and 2, and that is the energy that this team has been missing offensively. Up 23. Nasty poster. Yeah. Duke in firm control at this point. Woo! Baby. Yes! That, I think this is going to be a media timeout. Bellarmine's going to take a timeout. I think it's going to double as the media timeout, so there will be no under 8. This is going to be it. And I know that's Johnson for 2 and Stewart's got 2. I know everything counts. A 2-point basket counts just as much as another 2-point basket, but some of them really give your team a jolt. And when you need a spark of energy, that's the kind of stuff you need right there. So yeah, I mean, his defensive energy is exceptional. Active hands in the passing lanes. I want to see a lot more about that, more of that from Stewart. After you dunk on someone, you feel great. DJ's got 4. DJ's got 4. Yes, I thought I updated that. No? Okay, yeah. DJ's got 4. You're right. Trent's got me. That dunk is going to be in the highlight reel for sure when we post that later tonight. I mean, that is what we want to see out of DJ Stewart, right? So it's that explosiveness off the dribble, the combo guard. But I just love that he's getting the energy from the defensive end. That's where it's got to start for Duke. I think we should almost be done with the commercial break here in a second, as the Bellarmine timeout has been extended to a full media timeout. Whew. And Matthew Hurt with 21, Brakefield with 12, the only other Blue Devil in double figures. Yeah, crazy to think that many people on this team will be staying. I actually agree. I think when we did our reviews of each of the players, we did say that most of them were going to stick around. Jalen Johnson definitely has the potential to be a one and done for sure. If he plays at a consistent level throughout the season, he's good enough. I mean, we've seen it. He can score in multiple ways. He just got to control. That foul trouble has been a problem for him in these last 2 games, and that's fine. He'll figure it out. Stewart is at the free throw line, by the way. That dunk was an and one, actually. But he's going to miss the free throw. I gave it to him too early. And sort of in DJ Stewart and maybe Jeremy Roach, but if Roach stays at least for a second year for sure, that would be fantastic as well. And I do think kind of seeing the kind of minutes that Williams and Coleman and Brakefield are getting, those are probably multi-year players as well. As Johnson here from straight downtown, and Johnson is going to drill that 3-point shot. So Duke now extending a 24-point lead, the biggest one of the afternoon. Remember, I think the line was 30. So if you're the gambling type and you took minus 30 for the Blue Devils, you are on your way, but not quite there yet. DJ Stewart, no, now it's Matthew Hurt guarding, and easy too for Bellarmine. Bellarmine's Nick Thielen has 8. That was a nice play. Just found a soft spot there in the Duke defense. Hung out right underneath the bucket. Johnson now has 7 points, actually. That dunk there, as Johnson has JJ has the 3 into the dunk. Bellarmine still playing hard, still trying to find a way to get easy buckets, and they do again, actually. Nick Thielen in basically the same spot, right underneath the bucket. The basket seems to be a weak spot here for the Blue Devils, as it looks like actually one of the Bellarmine players may have injured themselves trying to go up for that bucket, maybe a jam finger or something. Oof, that is never good. Yeah, Johnson is gone. Stewart and Hurt might be. Oh, interesting. You actually think Hurt might be. Hurt could have went. What? Oh, been a second round pick. Well, no. Well, so that's kind of crazy because they were all second round picks. Like Vernon, Stanley, and Trey were all second round picks, and he was like, there was no way he was close in ability, like to those 3. So I don't know about that. He's giving me the Grayson Allen vibes. As long as he doesn't trip anybody. Despite that, Grayson Allen's still my boy. I still support him. Still love his play. Interesting. I see. I don't see that. I'm not sure how that's. I just didn't get enough playing time. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Jones and Cameron were marked to be first all year, and then that just that didn't work. Clearly, right? That was wrong. Um, so I don't think that's right. I don't think Hurd would have actually been drafted in the first 2 rounds. I think he did himself a huge favor to come back to school, put on 20 pounds, come back to school. Now he's showing off some really nice skills that he can play down low, can play some defense, and he can shoot it from outside. I mean, he's got 20 points, 21 points, at least 21 points in 2 consecutive games now. And what did he get against Coppin State? 12. So he had double figures against Coppin State. So he scored in double figures for the entire, for all 3 games so far this season. Yeah, I feel like definitely coming back for him was definitely the right move. And I mean, we'll see as the season develops. I mean, does Brakefield become a 15 and 10 kind of guy? Game in, game out. Like if he gets the play time, maybe, right? Jacob Nielsen, Rocket Watts owns Duke. Yeah, he's got a great name, that's for sure. Yeah, and coming back definitely a smart move. All right, out of the timeout for the time being. Gonna restart here in a sec. We are under, what are we? 6:36 to go here in the second. Duke firmly in control, ahead by 22 here on this Friday night. 3rd game of the season for the Blue Devils. 1-1 on the young season. And Wendell, oh my God. Like, I understand that you won us a UNC game, and that means a lot, but like, it only carries on for so long. Like Austin Rivers won us the UNC game shooting that 3 over Zeller. And then he left, so we can be like, that's our lasting memory of Austin Rivers, that UNC 3. But Wendell, man, it's like 1 of 10, and that was a terrible turnover. He's literally dribbling it like off his foot into the other guy's hands. Like what? Like what? I don't know. Something's off. Something just off about Wendell. Uh, I think that was Bradshaw that hit 2. We'll have to confirm that. But in any case, 65 for Bellarmine, 45 for Bellarmine, 65 for Duke. I thought this game was going to be in the 90s for our Blue Devils. I don't think we're going to get there. We might not even get to 8. Well, I think we're going to get to 80, but DJ Stewart out to Matthew Hurt. Matthew Hurt going to go for 3 in the corner. Oh, Hurt hits it again. Beautiful looking shot. I think this makes him 6 of 8 so far in the night with 24 points. Oddly enough, Duke not actually really getting to the free throw line all that much today, as much as they did against Michigan State, the first half of the Michigan State game. Yeah, 6 of 8 for Matthew Hurt from 3, as Bellarmine gets another 2. Goldwire down low to Johnson. Johnson going to try to back down his man, and they've got 2 Blue Devils in the same spot. Somebody did not communicate on that play. Goldwire to Stewart. Stewart driving in, gets it to the paint. Oh, beautiful feed. Beautiful find. Another. Give the assist to Stewart. Give the buckets to Johnson. Stu to JJ. Gets it done. Jalen Johnson going in for his steal. Doesn't quite get it. Great active hands by Goldwire. Almost results in a Duke steal. And however, Bellarmine's Dylan Penn is going to wind up with 2. Henry Coleman now in the game as the Blue Devils have 70. We're going to talk about last year. I was at the game and single-handedly the most embarrassing game. Oh, the 3 that, well, the game that, or last year? I can't even, oh boy. Yeah, the game at Michigan State. That's true. Bellarmine from the top of the key. I do remember that. I do remember where I was on that one. I wasn't actually home. No, but that was a great win for us. Especially when basically Tyus Jones almost stepped on the dude. That was such an odd scene. It's like I've never seen that happen in college basketball. It was wild. Foster Lawyer. That was Foster Lawyer. Oh man. Okay, but Henry Coleman. Nice. Henry Coleman's gonna get his 2 points there. Gonna have to add him to the reel. Henry for 2. But it wasn't like, and got called for a block. Yeah, exactly. It was like insult to injury, right? Number one, I didn't understand how Henry Coleman again with the active hands defense in the passing lanes. Coleman, gonna get denied by the rim. Henry! What? Oh my God, I'm really glad there was nobody in camera to watch that. Oh, that's painful. God damn, Henry. Just dunk it. What are you doing? That's like a not top 10. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to forget about that one. Yikes. Yeah. The fact that he got stomped on. Well, he got landed on. Like, Christian Laettner stomped a dude. Like, that's a stomping. Trey just happened to, like, go up with it and he came down on the guy. Yeah, like, but it was such a bizarre, like, and then it gets called for a block. You're like, wow. The lawyer must have been like, hey, I'm the victim here. Like, yeah, Coleman gonna get benched after today. Yeah, baby. That was so bad. I mean, that's like layup line stuff. You just can't finish. I'm glad the game's not close. Because, like, I'd be jumping up and down, like, what the heck? Maybe I might have thrown something if the game was actually close. Because that was, boy, that was bad. Nick Thelen so far leading Bellarmine. He's got 14 points, followed by Ethan Claycomb with 13. Matthew Hurt to lead all scorers and, of course, lead the Blue Devils with 24. Brayfield's got half that, 12 points on perfect 4 of 4 3-point shooting. So a fantastic shooting night for Jamin Brakefield. He's been doing it all from range. Yeah, Hurt's got 24. Coleman, our next Chavin. Oh my God. Dysfunctional. What is this? I really like. Can he not? Like, just can he not? Can we not? Can we not do that? Like that would be really sad. That'd be really unfortunate. Yeah. Like I know exactly what you're saying. Like a little, little, little uncoordinated, a little flimsy. Plays with really good energy though. Like really good energy. Occasionally comes in, gets 12 off the bench, that kind of thing. Yeah. Duke putting up 37 points here in the second half. Actually, first half, second half, kind of a mirror image. 35-25 was the end score here of the first. 37-26 so far in the second. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game itself. As Bellarmine's Nick Thelen is at the line. 72-51, Blue Devils in charge as Thelen misses the front of the 1-and-1, and Johnson comes down with the rebound. I don't expect to see any more breaks, commercial breaks. For the remainder of the game, we got 3 minutes to burn here, and I expect Duke should be play some K-ball, just take the air out of this thing. As Johnson is going to try to find Roach in the corner, but that should be a foul. And what? They're just going to call it out of bounds? Dude, clearly Johnson was pushed. Okay? I don't know what the hell that call was. Not sure if we'll be streaming on Tuesday because it is it's a weeknight. I got to double check my schedule. Um, but if not, we'll definitely be streaming the games later in the week. I think next week. Yeah, that was a bad call about the ref. I don't even know. Next week, game Tuesday against Illinois, and game Saturday. Yes, game Saturday against Charleston Southern. So definitely we'll have the Saturday game. Not quite sure if my schedule is going to work out for Tuesday. We'll double check. But either way, I mean, I'll watch it somehow. Probably have my opinions in Discord. Roach to Stewart. 10 seconds down the shot clock, and Henry Coleman's got the ball, and Henry Coleman's going to give it up. Nope, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Coleman going to try to get it to Tapé, and Coleman just overthrows his fellow big man Tapé. Looks like Johnson coming out of the game. I think his night's going to be done. It's going to be 9 points for Johnson. Hurt's night is also done. 24 points for Matthew tonight. Johnson never quite really found the rhythm of the game, having to take 2 fouls early and out. Yeah, Javin 2.0. Oh boy. Maybe that's the early returns are in, and people are voting that he is Javin 2.0. And that's going to be a foul on Joey Baker, absolutely. It's a hard foul. He's going to make the Bellarmine player earn it at the line, which I don't mind. Wendell Moore, only 2 points again tonight. Pretty poor shooting. That's 2 games in a row. You know, if Wendell was a freshman, I'd say, well, maybe he hit a freshman wall, but, like, we're 3 games into the season, folks. Like, but, like, what? Like, that the freshman wall doesn't, like, exist 3 games into the season. Alec Frem there at the free throw line gets the first, and he will miss the second. So if you took Duke with the 30 points, I don't think that's going to happen. Because Duke right now at a 20-point margin, so. Says Joey Bakey. Really? Ooh. Baker. There we go. Wow. Good catch. 2 points there for Bellarmine. And so the margin currently 18. Minute 10 to go. All in all, pretty good bounce back game. Let's call it that. A bounce back game for the Blue Devils. They kind of they righted the ship in some ways, and Tapé is going to get called for a foul there as he tries to go over the back of the Bellarmine player. I don't know why. No, I definitely did not intend to do that on purpose. I would just like totally flubbed and the R and the Y are sort of next to each other on the keyboard. I don't even know. But a good bounce back game here for the Blue Devils. Nice to see them respond in a positive way after the loss to Michigan State. That game actually ended up 6 points. It didn't look like a 6-point score. And here's Henry Coleman. Actually, he's going to come up with the good hands. And there you go. There you go. Dunk it. Thank you. Coleman there gets the steal. That is not a Javin 2.0 play. That is going to be as Roach again with the steal, the easy lay-in right after that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think is going to seal the deal here. We're probably just going to hold the ball and take the shot clock violation as the shot clock is off. So that might be it. I think your final score is, yes, going to be 76-54. As I mentioned, good to see our Blue Devils respond. Matthew Hurt leading the way for Duke with 24 points. Second leading scorer was Jeremy Brakefield. And if I'm looking at this at my sheet right, every Blue Devil except for the walk-ons scored today. That's really cool. Wendell had 2, Johnson with 9, Stewart with 4, Roach with 2, Brakefield with 12, Tapé with 2, Baker with 3, Goldwire with 7, Mark Williams with 5, Hurt with 24, and Henry Coleman with 4. Every Blue Devil, except for the walk-ons, played tonight and scored. That's really cool. I don't even know the last time that that's happened. Hi Sharon Hill, how you doing? And hi to everybody in chat. Thanks everybody. Well, so thanks everybody for joining us. That's going to be it for tonight. Good win for the Blue Devils here. Going to go to 2-1 on the season. We'll let you know in Discord if we end up doing the Tuesday night games. If not, we'll see you next Saturday for the game against Charleston Southern. 76-54, your final score here from Durham, North Carolina. Thank you very much, everybody, and go Duke. Of course, go Duke, and hopefully we beat Illinois as well. Join us on the Discord to keep the conversation rolling, whether you're a Duke fan or just a general fan of college basketball. We got folks from every team there as well. And yeah, great game for the Blue Devils. Cheers, everybody, and good night.